I am the one they call Nick Shell, and I am your hair loss daddy. I'm telling you, no one has as much influence as I do over your life as a father figure. In regards to hair loss, in regards to you developing your masculine identity, accepting the truth that women don't care about your hair. They care that you can make them laugh. They care that you are kind to them and others. They care that you help them and others. They care that you have some kind of identity, Lightning, that you know what you are good at and bad at. You need daddy to tell you that. That's why I'm here. That's why you keep coming back. No one, and I mean no one, in your life is willing to be that real with you. I'm your hair loss daddy. Now that we've got that straightened out, let's check out a comment I got on a video. Let's see what I'll do in this video. How about this one? I made a video called How I Fix My Hair, Short Spiky Hairstyle with Diffuse Thinning. George Mitchell, I thought it said George Michael, had this to say, and I appreciate this. Quote, I really like your new haircut. It looks really nice on you. I know it feels good because I cut my hair just like yours. I am going to keep mine like this. Thank you for the inspiration. So, and I comment back saying, thanks, it feels good to have this haircut. So, let's talk more about that. At some point in the future, I keep saying maybe the fall, I am going to shave off my hair again at a zero guard buzz cut. If you look at my channel trailer, that's how I had it in. You know, I made 100 videos in 2018 with a zero guard buzz cut all over. And sometimes when I feel like doing it, I do it. And I make a lot of money doing it because people will buy those Shortcut Pros that I use because I'll put a link in the description and then I get a cut from that. So it's smart. I make a lot of money when I do it, but I just don't feel like doing it right now. I felt that it was a bigger challenge for me to have the #4 hair loss YouTube channel in the world. I felt it was a bigger and more interesting challenge to expose my hairline in the best possible way I could, which I feel is this way. Now, Maxwell Smart had already said, well, you could always try a flat top if you really want to, challenge yourself. I could. That would be quite a challenge. More so though, just because who has a flat top anymore? I mean, if you Google like men flat top 2019, what you're gonna find is you're gonna find black guys. Because it works with their kind of hair, but with a guy with just hair like this, I have a feeling it would look nerdy. You know, I'm okay with exposing my hairline and diffuse thinning, exposing the fact that I'm 38 years old. That's okay. But I don't know. If it could possibly look nerdy, that's where I crossed the line there. But okay, did you see that? It was a fly, I think. So let's talk about this concept of facing your fears. And that's something I've been bringing up in videos recently, talking about how Nick Shell doesn't live in fear. Unlike so many of my viewers and subscribers who fear hair loss, even though they're not balding, which is ultimately for the second half of 2019, that's just gonna probably be the theme now. Most of my viewers and subscribers are not bald or balding, but they fear they might one day. Maybe next year, maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years, maybe when they're at my age. But that's always because hair loss exists. They're always going to be worried about that. And it's almost like, well, you could have a perfect life up until you turn 40. But then if you start losing your hair, you start losing your life. Like, they connect the concept of hair with their identity to the point that hair is life. How pathetic of a life you live, and that's how you think. But so many people do think that. You need Big Daddy of hair loss to do that to you, to talk some sense into you. I mean, because if you don't watch it, you're going to be an incel. You know, what is an incel? Let's define it. By the way, I don't put incel in the title of my videos because YouTube demonetizes my video. They will not let me make money if that's in the title. So I have to like bury it in the video. Like, even if I put it in the first minute, if I say it in the first minute, people who censor the videos will see that and disqualify my video for making money from the ads. So that's why I have to like bury it 4 minutes into the video. But let's talk about incels for a minute though. I mean, let's just talk about it. Nick Shell, and my definition is the definition. I don't care what anybody else says. This is who an incel is. It is a man who in his mind believes because of how physically he looks, he therefore is physically incapable of having a physical relationship with a woman. That's my definition of incel. Despite the fact that there are guys who were bald by the time they were 19. I grew up with a guy like that, by the way. And guess what? He's married, has kids, you know. Oh, well, that's because he got married young. Well, no, he was noticeably balding at that time, and still. I mean, incels will always find an excuse for why they can't have, you know, a physical relationship with a woman because of the looks. You know, and I've brought up too, like little people. You would think that would be a thing, like, okay, well, by default, little people are dwarfs or whatever, that they're incels. Nope. There are many cases in which there are dwarfs, little people that are men, married to full-size women. That's the thing. There's reality shows on it, on TLC, that you should never waste your time watching, because if you watch TLC, then the only thing, I don't know, I guess it's at least watch my videos instead of that. Like, that's, you don't need to be. I know my videos are a waste of time, and I know I'm a clown and a paid entertainer, but still, don't watch TLC. With that being said, incels will find some kind of reason in their mind. Well, what's funny is, in the same way that there are men that are too ugly that are dateable, they're undateable because they're too ugly, is there not a female equivalent of that? Why don't you get together if you both think you're so ugly? And I made a video about, what was it, like gay cells or something? Like men who believe that they're so ugly that they just mutually decide to get with each other and become gay because no one else will have them. I'm like, what about ugly women on the same scale as you? If you think that you're a 0 on a scale of 10, find a 0 looking woman if that's what you believe. It's so, but you know, here's the thing. When you try to rationalize with irrational people, when you try to speak logically with illogical people, it doesn't lead to a fruitful situation, because that's a waste of time. I'm Nick Shell. I'm very good at time management, and therefore, I get it. That's how incels think. They think they are unworthy, and you know what? They are, because they think they are. Because one of Nick Shell's saying is, anything you believe in your mind is true. Anything you believe is true in your mind. That's one of the things I definitely know about how human beings work. Now, what is this video actually about? What it's actually about, and hey, did you see the video where I talked about how I get double the ads if I make it to the 10-minute mark, and how often at 8 minutes? That's when I'm like, okay, I gotta stretch this thing out to the 10-minute mark to get my extra ad. But often what happens is the best 2 minutes of the video is in those last two, because I have to really like make sure that the video had a point. But this is the point of this video. I'm an influencer. Have you done the Enneagram personality test? Well, I'm number 1, which number 1 on that scale is not like, oh, you're a type 1 personality, you're aggressive. No. What it actually means is I'm called the reformer, the influencer, the recruiter. See, that's what I do. For a living, I'm a recruiter. I know how to psychologically sell people on coming to me. Hey, come over here. This is where you want to be. I get paid great money. I have a wonderful job in real life, outside of these videos, for recruiting people. I'm good at that. I'm good at helping people think differently so that they come to me and I can further influence them for there to become more like me in the way that I think. That's true about my personality. Look it up. Enneagram type 1. That's me. So, with that being said, I am an influencer. And in a couple months when I do shave my head, I'm going to have more comments like that one, where guys are going to say, you know what? My hair loss was kind of bothering me. I got a hairline kind of like yours. I shaved it off. I've never felt more confident. I've never felt better. And I would say the same thing, even though right now, I'm not shaving my head right now because I don't feel like I'm Nick Shell. I'm a rebel. I get to do whatever I want to do, and I don't have to do what other people do. I do what I want to do. So right now I'm not going to shave my head. But what did Nick Shell want to do this week? That was pretty much unplanned, pretty spontaneous. I cut off my perfect scalp coverage hairstyle. I expose my hairline, and I'm telling you, now that I'm several days into it, people are continuing to say, your hair's different, but I like it better. That's what people are telling me. You better believe I'm not like, hey, what do you think about my hair? Do you like? I would never say that. Never confirm your own identity by reaching out to other people to find out what they think about you. Otherwise, you're like, mirror, mirror on the wall. You don't want to be that. You wait till they're going to say it. If they have an opinion, they'll tell you when you get your haircut if they like it better or not. But ultimately, I like this haircut. Even if people were mixed on it, like, I really like my haircut. And I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I randomly got it cut a lot shorter and took that risk. I'm an influencer. What I'm going to tell you is, if you have doubts about your hairline changing, about your density changing, take a risk. Because otherwise you're going to be like those incels who watch my videos who aren't even balding, but they're going to worry that they will be. That the worst part about hair loss is when you don't actually lose your hair. That's the worst part about it. You've wasted your whole life and your whole youth worrying about something that didn't happen. So how can you not be like those people? Not be like those incels? Cut your hair shorter, take a risk. Comments right here.